the topics I'm about to discuss are extremely sensitive and heavy. If you struggle with topics related to assault and SA allegations, I strongly recommend you turn your attention elsewhere. The rest of you, I ask to proceed only if you are able to listen to conflicting sides of an experience and are capable of walking away and making up your own conclusions.
Saberspark's accuser has responded to Saberspark's response.
Recently, I took a break offline to gather my thoughts, seek support from professionals, and to work on healing before putting out this video statement together for you all. This is why I wanted to remain anonymous to begin with. Not being believed as an anonymous person feels a lot less personal than enduring a harassment campaign targeting me specifically. Over the last few weeks, I've been put in a pretty difficult position where I've continually felt like I didn't have a choice on coming forward to discuss my personal experiences anonymously. Essentially, when people realized that I was the anonymous person who had a sexual encounter with Saberspark, they were either going to spread misinformation from harmful websites and provide a platform for biased sources, or give me the opportunity to come forward on my own accord and describe my experiences myself. Yes, I am aware of this video. I never responded to it because I felt the video spoke for itself. When I watched it, it made me laugh because of how poorly made it was. The video defends people making pedophile jokes of real children, makes outlandish claims while showing screenshots that prove none of what is being claimed, and the comment section seems to be camped out by those who participated in helping make it. But if it helps, I'll link a document in the description that debunks several things claimed in the video. I wanted to ensure that harmful misinformation about me wouldn't be given a platform, and agreed to establishing my character in an interview so unknowing people wouldn't blindly believe rumors people have been spreading about me for years, that at least most people within the Sonic space already knew weren't true, or it has been since debunked or resolved. So, all that said, this is the reason I'm here today. I want to have a conversation about consent and intimate encounters and talk about my experiences, which were recently shared publicly, but now I want to share it personally. For starters, my experience was posted and shared without my name attached online a few months ago, where it goes over 2 uncomfortable situations I was put into without my consent that left me feeling taken advantage of. You can read the details here. I really don't wish to tread over them again ad nauseum. In short, I was in an intimate encounter with a content creator 13 years ago that left me feeling very uncomfortable. Worse, it happened twice, and each time left me more empty. Recently, old text messages were shared in a recently uploaded video where Saberspark shares his side of the story. After reading those messages again after years have passed, I want to start by saying this before we dive any further. I recognize that Saberspark may not have fully understood at the time what clear and enthusiastic consent looked like in physical situations. And I'm sure the messages only gave him more of a reason to think these actions were okay. Especially now, I do not believe he acted with malicious intent, nor do I think he is an evil-hearted person.
This is the response you want from people. This is it. This is the response people should make. She knows the alleged essay was bad, but she's also pointing out, like, he may not have understood at that point in time what he was doing. To rephrase, he may not have understood, like, what he was saying was affecting her the way it was. But right now, I'm biased. I have not heard of this allegation at all at any point in time currently. I'm only making a video now, but if this happens to be a fake allegation, it's fake, but if this happens to be real, it happened to be real.
What happened made me uncomfortable, and I want to be honest about that. I have a right to own that experience and my own feelings, but I also want to acknowledge that inexperience and lack of awareness can play a role in how things unfolded, especially in situations like this. To be clear, his lack of knowledge does not mean I consented to either of the physical encounters mentioned. And like I said in the original testimony, for a long time I blamed myself for being in that position at all to begin with. But moving forward after this video, I hope you can walk away with this lesson. Let it be a reminder to everyone, no matter the circumstance, no matter how much you like someone or how mutual the attraction may be, always ask before initiating anything physical. Consent is not just about intention, it's about impact and active communication. It's about how you leave your partner emotionally after you are intimate with them. I want to address those using my text messages to claim I gave consent or lied about not giving it. Specifically, what those people have pointed out that I couldn't have been assaulted because I interacted with him afterwards, or how I asked for relationship advice, or still just wanted to maintain contact to begin with at all. You can still feel taken advantage of by somebody and still not know how to leave the friendship. You can also experience a situation like that and struggle with conflicting feelings about it and still want to like that person.
I'm trying to be as biased as possible when I say this. I kind of do understand her point. Because for me personally, I'm bullied. So when I'm trying to be friends with them, I don't know how to leave. I don't know how to like say like, hey, I don't really like this that much. I know this isn't as bad as SA allegations, but like still, no matter what, if you feel you don't know how to leave like a friendship or something like that, you're gonna feel the same way as if it was SA. It sound as if I'm trying to devalue assault, but I'm not. I genuinely do understand where her point stands.
I know a lot of people may have never experienced this, but when you are a people pleaser, you have a hard time A, leaving a situation, and B, stopping it once it's started. This is also not an isolated experience for just those who people please. These situations are complicated, and not everyone is going to handle them the same. Other things pointed out that people are claiming to be signs of consent are our flirty messages, or me telling him the sex was good a long time afterwards, in which he randomly brings up, despite the fact that words are words, and you'll see below neither flirting nor lying to someone to not hurt their feelings about their sexual performance is consent. To start, I want to walk you through what consent is supposed to look like and feel like. This is important so that when people are having sex, everyone walks away afterwards feeling safe and emotionally satisfied. Consent occurs in the physical moment leading up to two people engaging in sexual acts. You can't give consent after the occurrence is over, for example. Flirting with someone prior is also not consent. I said it myself in the original testimony that I liked him, and he knew. But consenting to flirting is not consent to being thrown in a sudden sexual encounter in person. I want to use my platform to talk about what consent is and looks like, and what it isn't and doesn't look like. After going through a few resources on what consent is, then I will dive into how that lines up with my experiences and my feelings all these years later. Following that, I'll address some primary claims from Saberspark's side, and in exploring these elements, I hope you can take away a full picture of what consent is, what enthusiasm looks like, and how not to either be taken advantage of or accidentally take advantage of a future sexual partner. My first and still primary goal is and always was to share my experiences so that others might avoid feeling taken advantage of after being intimate with someone they look up to, and wanting to personally prove to myself that I have the courage to talk about these things. By understanding what consent looks like in different situations and circumstances, you will see why I felt taken advantage of, and then perhaps learn how to avoid these type of situations going forward. The information I'm about to read to you is directly from the RAIN's official website. If you're not familiar with RAIN created and operates the National Sexual Assault Hotline in partnership with more than 1,000 local sexual assault service providers. Reading off of their Understanding Consent page, consent is an agreement between participants to engage in sexual activity. When you're engaging in sexual activity, consent is about communication, and it should happen every time. While the legal definitions of consent may vary by location and circumstance, the general concept is always the same. Consent is an ongoing process of discussing boundaries and what you're comfortable with. Let's get specific about how consent plays out in real life.
I understand your point, but I'm 15, so if it sounds like I'm devaluing what happened to you, I really am not. But then again, a consenting relationship could also mean a different thing for two different people. But then when it comes to like sexual activity, it could mean a whole different thing for two different people. It could mean something like whatever the way someone wants to get down and dirty in bed. Dude, I sound like a fucking dick. I'm so sorry. But it could also depend on how long the relationship has lasted. Like, form of consent for like a 10-year long dating or 10-year long marriage could mean a whole different thing for, I don't know, whenever the fuck a high schooler is dating or a middle schooler in a 6-month relationship is dating.
There's a lot of things that look like consent or indicate interest. Even having someone naked in a room with you is not consent. Consent should be clearly and freely communicated. A verbal and affirmative expression of consent can help both you and your
That's exactly a much better way to describe how long a relationship could vary.
Partner to understand and respect each other's boundaries. Unfortunately, I didn't experience any discussion of what either of us wanted out of our encounter, or even if I felt comfortable in the situation. I wasn't even the one to willingly take my own clothes off. He claims we had discussions of this prior to the event, but provides no proof of this. Consent cannot be given by individuals who are underage, intoxicated, or incapacitated by drugs or alcohol, or asleep or unconscious. If someone agrees to an activity under pressure of intimidation or threat, that isn't considered consent because it was not freely given. Unequal power dynamics, such as engaging in sexual activity with a student or employee, also means that consent cannot be freely given. When you're engaging in sexual activity, consent is about communication, and it should happen every time for every type of intimate activity. Consenting to one activity one time does not mean someone gives consent for other activities or for the same activity on other occasions. For example, agreeing to kiss someone doesn't give that person permission to remove your clothes. Having sex with someone in the past doesn't give that person permission to have sex with you again in the future. It's important to discuss boundaries and expectations with your partner prior to engaging in any—
I sound like a dick in this video. I swear to God, I'm 15. I know fucking nothing about this world, but I need content, and I don't think I'm gonna live past 26. Well, I don't think I'm gonna even be able to live past 30 because outrageous shit I say online now.